Hey guys, so today I'm making a card for a family friend. Well, actually, it's for their daughter. She has a little cat named TK that we have a little gift for her and the cat when we go for a family dinner, like a get together. And the cat is named TK because when it was a kitten, no one could decide on a name, so we called it the kitten, and TK just stuck, which I think is crazy. But anyways, I've already picked out some papers from this 6x6 Sun Drifter paper pad, and I'm using several dies to build my card. I have a large rectangular die from Lawn Fawn that I'm going to cut the backer panel out of, and I'm going to also cut out a circle from a different color of pattern paper, and then I'm also going to cut a small portion of green paper. But before I do that, I'm going to take the large rectangle die and actually go along the edge of the circle so that I can get one continuous stitching seam down the side of the card. While I have the big shot out, I'm going to go ahead and also die cut the little cat outline. Because the die is not see-through, I had to go ahead and cut it in advance so that I can stamp the image on top, because I've tried to stamp and then cut with those dies that you can't see through, and usually my alignment is totally off. So to get this perfectly placed without, getting my head all in the camera frame, I'm going to use my MFT tool, and I'm going to adhere the cat down to the background and place the little stamp on top. And that way I'm able to pick it up with the lid and then ink it up. And I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink to ink the stamp up because I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring. And that was it. It was actually really easy to get this image perfectly placed using this tool. I've zoomed in to make this a little bit easier to see. I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring. One thing I will say is I am not the greatest Copic colorer in the world, and it's actually really sad at how much I have not improved, because I've taken several Copic coloring classes, and if you've taken any of the classes, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, they have you color in one image seemingly forever, and I swear I had the attention span of a flea during that time. So I think I didn't learn as much as I probably should have. But anyways, I'm coloring this little cat in gray, and I'll list the colors down in the description box, but I'm really not using a ton of colors to color this guy in because I find the less colors you use, the better. But I'll link the actual colors down in the description box down below. I've pulled out my MFT tool again to stamp the sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp the sentiment onto this green piece of paper that I die cut earlier using some Versamark ink. And the reason I'm using Versamark ink is because I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I've coated the stamp portion with white embossing powder, and I'm going to set it using my heat tool. I grabbed my paper trimmer to trim the sentiment down slightly because I realized that it was too big and the stitching on one side wasn't going to look right. So I just cut the edge at an angle, and now everything's ready to assemble. So I'm going to attach each one of these layers down using a single layer of dimensional adhesive. At the last minute, I kind of decided the cat needed a little something extra, so I took my clear Wink of Stella and I added it just to his little collar. And I finished off the card using some flat back pearls and some enamel dots that I colored in with my Copic markers. So here's a look at the final product. A list of the products I used will be in the description box down below in addition to my blog. Thanks for watching.